The sign of the maturity, I think, of the G7 that we come together.
A G7 table full of world leaders coming together, but missing a major player, Donald Trump.
I'd like to welcome everyone here to the most important session of these 2 days here in Kananaskis.
The U.S. president long gone before more officials arrived, among them Ukraine's president, who wanted to meet Trump face-to-face to push for tougher sanctions against Russia and for the U.S. to help pressure Moscow into talks.
We're ready for the peace negotiations. We are ready for the peace negotiations, unconditional ceasefire. I think it's very important, but for this we need pressure.
A Russian attack fresh on his mind. Overnight, Moscow hit Kyiv with one of the deadliest attacks in months, killing more than a dozen people and wounding dozens more.
It's a big tragedy for us, and we need support from our allies.
Canada stepped up with more support.
We are providing additional military assistance, drones, helicopters, broader munitions, over $2 billion worth of assistance directly to Ukraine.
As Carney tried to get leaders to agree on a joint statement, he announced more sanctions of his own against Moscow and a $2 billion loan coming from frozen Russian assets. New funding that also helps Canada reach its NATO defense spending target. But Trump wants nations to spend even more.
What they do expect, of course, is for the allies outside the US to step up in terms of defense spending, to equalize with what the US is spending, and we have to do that.
Carney wrapped up his first summit with consensus on some issues.
Good evening, everyone.
But not a key one. No joint statement on Ukraine, but there was some agreement.
We are resolute in pursuing all options to maximize pressure on Russia, including financial sanctions.
Okay, so that is interesting. Ashley, what else do we know at this point about leaders not releasing a joint statement on Ukraine?
Well, Adrienne, a lot has changed. Earlier this afternoon, reporters were originally told that there were plans to issue a joint statement, but that the Americans wanted to water down the language when it came to some of the pointed things they wanted to say about Russia. We're now being told that that information was wrong, and a spokesperson from the Prime Minister's office says that there was no plan for a joint statement and that the language that Carney used was what the leaders agreed on when he made his remarks tonight in his statement as the chair of the G7.
Oh, it's also very sensitive. Ashley, the Prime Minister also met with other world leaders, including India's Narendra Modi, and news came of that.
It did. India and Canada both agreed that they were going to put in place new high commissioners. Both of those countries had expelled those senior diplomats last year after the RCMP came out publicly and accused the Modi government of playing a role in a massive campaign of violence on Canadian soil that included murder and extortion.
Okay, Ashley Burke, thank you for all your reporting.